Hi, so today I'm sharing a look at my art toolkit carrying cases. Now I've mentioned them before in another video, but I want to show you some of the things that I did to alter them and to get them to work much better for me, and hopefully some of these ideas can help you out. So I'm Tammy Inman and this is A Peach Life, and let's go ahead and jump right in and get started. So I will post the link. I'll have the link posted for you in the description below of my prior video showing before I had made those adjustments. And then I will also link the videos at the end for you as well to make it convenient to easily click on. But if you go to arttoolkit.com, so none of this is like affiliated or in any way, I'm just sharing my view on the particular toolkits that they have. And in my last video, I shared, I didn't really find the large one functional for me. And boy, has it been a game changer altering it and made it so exceptionally functional for me. And then just a small adjustment to the little one. So I'm going to click on the art toolkit right here just to make sure I have all the correct and exact information to give you. But these, this is what they consider a pocket-sized toolkit, and this is the 8.5 art toolkit. It's larger than an A5, just so you know, but I believe it's because it holds an A5, and this one holds a pocket notebook. So let's just jump in and get started on that. So right out the gate on this one, the only altering I did was adding this elastic here. And I just picked this elastic up. It's like a 1 inch so wide elastic. And I grabbed this one just like at my local Walmart, but they have it like at Joann's, Target. I'm sure you can find it most anywhere. So I got that because I thought it would go nice, the little black accent with the art toolkit logo, like little, not patched, but little decorative feature there. And so I did that. I want you to know I added, it's a little cup that art toolkit had on their website. It comes and goes. It might be due to how they're able to keep those in stock or not. But I want to share, it does fit in this pocket here. So if you want to utilize it in that way, you absolutely can. But I added on this little elastic here, and I just glued it in right here along the edge. It looks really nice and finished because I really got the glue along the little edge of the elastic here. I really put it on there good, and then went ahead and just slid that like on the inner part right there, and that worked really well. And then that piece that I had taken off, so when I did that, I just cut a little extra, and once that was glued in, I put a little glue on the back and then overlapped it, and I just used the Gorilla Glue with the little wand brush attachment, and I put that, and the glue's on the back. So if I ever do want to take that off, it would just leave a little of the residue on there. But I didn't really utilize it so much as the elastic as it is just to kind of hold that in place right there for me. And if you're going to use pencils or long brushes and all of that, it's not going to work out for you there. But all of my brushes for the most part are travel brushes, and so they have the little cap, so it makes them smaller, which works out excellent for me. These are Rosemary and Company, and I also got those on Art Toolkit. Grab a little bit of my drink. I find that now that the weather's getting cooler and colder here in Georgia, my throat's getting a little drier, along with my my hands and skin and all of that stuff. Okay, so that's where that works out perfect for me. It kind of holds that in place. So when I close it, it's just not like falling all over, because before the elastic, I would just set it there and just kind of be cautious with it. I will show also, if you carry the little, like a little erasable stuff for when you sketch, Art Toolkit has these little plastic pop little enclosures. It's like a little 3-pack you can get them as. And then I tuck that in there, and I have that also with me. I don't find that I sketch a ton, hardly ever, rarely. Let me just say that, rarely. When I'm painting, I kind of just use my paint to give a quick sketch out of what I'm doing. But I guess if I really needed detail, I would carry that with me, and I do in the larger. But this one is really just a nice little funsy, and I'll show you. This is the Art Toolkit, and I want to make sure I am telling you guys everything exact. This is the the Explorer palette. And is that correct? The little one is the Demi palette. And then the large one is the Folio palette, which the large one's in here. So in the small one, I have some gouache from My Mellow Days. And in this one, it is a mixture of Daniel Smith, the Newton paints. Wow, I'm really drawing little blanks here tonight. The Winsor & Newton, thank you. And the Van Gogh by Royal Towns. Okay, and a little sticker from Nico Naco. And then this is a little sticker from My Mellow Days, which ends up being perfect because that's their little gouache set. All right, so then in the back, I have the Moleskine hardcover watercolor notebook. And I have that just like a little decorated. I found that I'm really using the hardcover sketchbook more because I do like art journaling in there, where it's a little more collagey with paper and watercolors and like a little mixed media. So this is just a watercolor paper book. So I threw that in here, and because when I'm taking this little kit with me, I'm not like doing all my little art journaling and cutting papers, but it's just to take with me to actually paint. So I thought the watercolor paper will be perfect for that. And I can also, sometimes when I want to remove them from here, where is that? I have my little, kind of like a little X-Acto knife, but in here, and I can just cut that out. And many times I'll put a little something behind that before I do that. And then I can add it to my other watercolor notebooks, or I can just keep it in here. But I found this one, I've been pulling pages out and kind of monkeying with it a little. I think moving forward, I should just leave it alone. And here I've glued some pages together of like a painting that I'm just like, I'm not loving. But I need to just leave it, because today I may not love it, and another day I might find I want to work on it a little bit. So this is just like a little funsy. But I love, and then this little clear plastic came from something else, but I put the Art Toolkit little sticker on there that I got. And then a few little stickers and such. And I believe in my last video, I had it really full so that the pocket size wasn't fitting great. I had the large watercolor folio in there. I just had it quite stuffed. I mean, you still can get it closed with that in there. The trick to that is, if you're going to carry a large folio and the medium. I always call this pocket size, the pocket palette, and yeah, that is actually what it is, the pocket palette, I believe. Pocket, folio, and demi. So you can put all three of those in here and still carry a pocket-sized Moleskine hardcover, but the trick is don't put that in the pocket then if you're going to carry the large folio also. Something about putting it in the pocket makes it so you can't close it, but this way it closes really easily. And I'll show you, if I put it in here, somehow it makes it tighter, and it will close, but it's just a little more snug. So if you want it just easy breezy, then just lay it in there and it just makes it easier. It closes either way, but just tossing that on top makes it so much better. But for this one, I'm not carrying the larger folio. This is my little cloth that is extra water absorbent, so I can clean my brush and such on there. And I've showed this in other little videos, my setup. And you just kind of, this is what I do. And I take my little plastic so it's not leaking through my page. And depending which way I'm painting, like landscape or portrait, just sort of depends. And then I put that there. And I take my clip, and I'll clip that, and then I can kind of just paint, dab at that. And because I have that little hard plastic, you can also use the pencil boards from your Traveler's Company Passport or Hobonichi, or you can cut one down however you want. But that makes it so when this gets wet, it's not leaking through on the paper, and it all clips on here nicely. You can also flip that around. Say if you're painting landscape, and then go ahead and paint and do your stuff. All right. I get off the little tangent here. It was really about showing you the addition. So adding that little elastic just made it a little nicer and easier. Just so you know, both these do tuck in the pocket together. I just don't want to keep scratching at mine. I like having this little piece added. And if you end up having longer brushes, you can still set that over. And you can also utilize it, like if you're taking brushes with you and you don't want those to get messed up, that kind of holds them in place a little bit better. I just enjoy having that extra little piece just to hold my stuff in place. And then again, the demi is in here, a little clip, my little water absorbent, and my pocket size goes right in, super nice. Folds over. Sometimes getting that one little spot started, but it's really nice. Nothing's bulging or anything. Pocket is just a real lovely one. And then we have the larger, and I'll show you how I've added that as well here, and to the toolkit. So this is the A5 toolkit. It will hold an A5 size notebook. This one that I have in here is on their site, on the sketchbook. It is the 5.8 by 8.3. So they call it A5, and this is the landscape one. And I just have added a little vinyl sticker from Nico Neko, and that slides under there super nice. And under the other side, I have a really large absorbent, one of these cloths, and I got these at Costco because they're a great deal. I think it's a pack of different sizes maybe like 12 different ones for like $12. It's the best deal I've ever seen. And so sometimes I will, like if I go down to the lake and there's a little picnic bench table area and I don't want to set my stuff on that, I have this to set it on and can kind of work on my stuff from there. That was my recent little New York, my little homage to New York. So I like having that. And I slip that right back in here. You could also slip another notebook if you wanted to. Let me show you what I did and how I altered this one. This one has been altered up a bit more. And last time for me, I didn't find it practical at all. And by the altering it, it has made it extremely practical for me. Now I've removed stitching, and that may not be something you want to do. I was more than willing to remove my stitching. So here, there was another stitch here, and it fit. So what it fit was the two of the pocket palettes, and then stitching, and you could put more brushes and such. But I didn't feel like I needed a spot for two pocket palettes. I needed a spot for the folio. And so I put that in here. These are also Art Toolkit brand, but these were special made for Travelers Company. And as of the time of this video, the date, which is November of 2024, they still have either some of this color or the gold ones. And this is filled with Royal Talons Van Gogh paints. And these are some of my favorite. Definitely all of my has all of my favorites, plus some additional of their colors as well. So I tuck that right in there, and then have a little plastic ruler in case. And this is the little pocket one, and it is filled with some gouache, again from my Mellow Days. And then the little water absorber. So this was a larger, and I trimmed it. So that's how I have some different sizes. And again, more brushes from Rosemary and Company. Those are also from Art Toolkit. Art Toolkit is practically a one-stop shop, along with the little spray bottle to mist your paints or to mist your watercolor paper. Art Toolkit. And I think I had shared with you, I have one of those in here as well, in this little slot, along with a little Winsor & Newton travel brush. So it really is so nice. And I know we can carry our stuff in so many different things and options. And when I start changing mine up, which I do, I tend to can't find things or not know where they are. So I'm really going to try not to do that anymore and really keep these when this is a good one when I only have like a little time, a little trip out, or for plein air painting. This would definitely be a great Central Park one, out at my garden. However, just for a little bit of painting. But if I'm really going to spend some hours and get to enjoy, this is the guy that's coming out with me. Now, some more altering, let me share with you. This had 5 individual slots. So if you had really large brushes that you wanted to take with you, it had slots for all of them, for sketch pencils, all of that stuff. You had 5 individual spots. So I took out 4 of the stitching. And when you remove the stitching, it doesn't affect this. This is its own stitching, so you want to stay away from it and remove below, and then you can pull it out. Again, that's something like if you do that, you know, buyer beware. But mine, even if I messed mine up a little, I would fix it somehow. I would do some sort of workaround, so I was fine. There's some of the string from being removed. But I knew for me that I don't take these kind of brushes. I use my travel brushes that I got from Art Toolkit, and maybe I'll pick some other travel ones up along the way. So this pocket, and I did teeter on leaving one of the stitching in, but it made it such a tight fit and it wasn't necessary. So I knew for me that these are the two watercolor notebooks that I would take along if I really just had some real good time to just enjoy painting. Whether that's watching a movie and sitting at the couch, whether that's on, like, you know, enjoying plein air painting out at the lake, or in my garden for hours. This is just when I know I want to invest some time. So I have still a little spot for a pencil, and I added this elastic on here, same as the other one, and tucked it under. The only difference is right here, kind of off-centered. I put a little strip of glue underneath, and I held that down until it was fully dry instead of stitching, because I didn't want a different color stitching. Even if it was black, I just didn't want it to be a different color. So I made that so it would fit this in on one side, and then on the other I can clip, or I could put a pencil sharpener under there, like the Blackwing pencil sharpener or something. I could add a couple clips. And then also this one brush I do like to bring just in case I want to like wet the paper, give it a good little wipe down and get that get it started. So this brush is really great for that, and I can just tuck that in the side here, or I can slide it through here and let those bristles be under the elastic there, holding it in place and protecting them from moving about and getting messed up. So that is a look at mine. I showed you the sprays here, all the little stuff. It's just so nice, and it stays so compact and lovely. It closes so good. It's not bulking out anywhere or sticking out or tough or uneven. One side's not bulkier than the other. It just makes it really great. And you know, exactly how it comes might be just exactly perfect for you. But for me, I knew I needed something different in order to utilize it. And I had already removed one of the stitching, so I didn't want to post it on a site or something and sell that. And I knew I would find a use and want to kick myself if I let it go. So I just hung on to it until I could think of what I really wanted to do. And once I added my elastic, I really felt like that changed it up so that I have the palettes and things that I really want to bring with me. And again, like I said, you could put a whole nother notebook over here if you wanted, or something that you're using to carry your stuff. I need to add in mine, what I don't have in here is a pencil board. So I definitely need to add that. Let me grab that while I got you guys and show you. I had gotten another pencil board when I was in New York at Nico Neko, and I was really hoping for this in my Galen leather cover. I could tuck it in this way and see some of the little birdies and stuff over here. But because of that little Today tab, it doesn't work like that. I'd have to put it in this way. And I guess I just didn't want a solid blue cover. So this will be perfect to utilize in the A5. And then I can tuck that in between my pages, just in case, like if I don't want any water, or again, when I am painting on one side, clip the palette on here. Even clipping the larger palette works perfectly. You can do that. along with your little stuff. And there you go. You have that, and you can just paint away, or this direction and flip it around however you'd like. You don't have to clip it on to here. Sometimes people just clip and make themselves a little board like this that they just hold and do. You have like, sky's the limit, you know, just whatever you can think of or whatever you see that can kind of inspire you to do something that you would like. Just try it, play with it, see what works for you. But I'm definitely going to put this one in here. I think the little blue birdies is adorable with that. And then I have that to go in between. So cute. So that ends up being perfect for here. I love that. I love it when it all comes together. And then in this one, I'll take, I had one in here. I must have borrowed it, but I used one of my Hobonichi A6, and I have the really cute flower one from last year. That is the one that's supposed to go in here. So I will find that and retrieve it and toss it back in. From my last video, I accidentally got this caught from trying to utilize that A6 size in here, and it is possible, you just cannot carry that much, so just know that. So I did a little workaround on there. Okay, so that is a look inside the A5 Art Toolkit organizer. They call it a, yeah, just like watercolor kits. What do they call it on their site? Exactly. Pocket Art Toolkit, A5 Art Toolkit. And they come in multiple colors, and they had been sold out for just a really, really long time, some of the colors. But they're, I believe, all back in stock right now. Yeah, it looks like everybody's back in stock. And you can get just the cover, or you can get the cover along with palettes, along with brushes, like a full little kit kind of for you. So I hope, one, without altering them, they're wonderful just as is. But I also want to say, don't be afraid to try and alter something, and you'd just be surprised. And if it doesn't work out, it's not the end of the world. You can adjust and pivot and make it work. You could put a patch in place if you mess up, a cute patch, you know, or sew a little something on. It can be fixed. And so if something's not working for you, I just say give it a shot. Go for it. And if you can't do it, you know what? Ask a friend. Or here in town where I am, we have a shoe repair guy, and he does all kinds of stuff. I ask him to do certain things for me too, and it might be out of the zone of what he does, certain things for totes and what have you. Or he'll take a look and I say, can you do that? And he'll say, I'll give it a try. But it's always perfect. So again, if you feel comfortable with altering something, go for it. But if not, I hope this gives you some ideas, some inspiration. And if you like this, please give the video a like. I love and appreciate that. And I appreciate having you guys here. So thank you for joining me.